So, man, there's
I
a
said,
lot going on in Ronnie's life even today, and I want to really talk about this. I was very fortunate to meet Ronnie recently at one of his shows in Mineola, Texas, which is right near us. Got to meet Ronnie and Paulette Carlson and Jeff Bates, and of course Ronnie's sons, Ronnie and Tyler. Just such an incredible show. But I want to talk about you nowadays on the road, and I mean a lot. You are on the road a lot in 2026. This is the Red, White, and Blue tour, which I imagine is probably in coordination with the celebration of 250 years with for America's birthday. And I'm looking at these tour dates. I mean, he's going hard straight through August. Coming back to Texas as well, by the way, for you local listeners, in June 20th in Marshall, and June 19th in Wichita Falls. So make sure you're checking
yep.
out those two shows. Talk about your high energy shows and maintaining that passion even into your mid 70s, man. Because I'll tell you what, you're on top of your game still.
Well, I walk 2 miles every day, and every other I do my. Today is my sit up day. I hate it, but I love it. And then tomorrow, after my 2 miles, then I do my chin ups, push ups, and all that. And I got that from doing P90X. I've been doing that for years and years. And you know what? I just take care of me because if I don't, when I'm in the fourth quarter,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna get some overtime.
Yeah. You look great,
And
dude. I got to tell you. Like you
well,
look
thank you.
great. Yeah, I couldn't believe it was you. Like when I walked into the venue for load-in, and you were like I said, you had your Vietnam veteran hat on. I didn't know it was you. I was like, "Where's the old guy? This isn't an old guy."
Well, thank you. But, I've always taken care of myself. And this is so sad to me. And when I had the King is Gone, I bought, with my first check, Barbara Fairchild's old double decker bus.
Okay.
So me and my band, we were riding in that, and we would go somewhere, and they'd go, all five members, and they'd go, well, Ronnie's on a diet. We're all going to starve.
Were
You
there
got to
any
remember,
teddy
I was,
bears on the bus?
no, but I love that song, and I love
Yeah.
Barbara. But I got to tell you, they'd say, well, Ronnie's on a diet. We're all going to starve. Well, guess what? They're all dead because they didn't take care of themselves.
Right.
And I tried to get, my little brother was one of them, just smoking one cigarette after another. They're all gone. And I've just always had the philosophy to take care of me. I
Yeah.
don't have any spare parts.
Well, you still look great. You still sound great.
Well, thank you.
It's a high energy show. I mean, you literally care about each and every person in the audience. I mean, that night we had a woman that actually, I think she fainted or fell or something, and I don't know if you remember that, but I mean, you just,
I do.
yeah, you literally paused the show and went over, made sure she was okay. I mean, I've never seen anything like that at a show, and I'm just impressed by you so much and what you're able to do. I want to talk about the second song. We chatted about "The King Is Gone" earlier, and this is more this is one I imagine is very important to you too. This is a
Sure.
song that you wrote called "Thing About Texas,"
Oh, yeah.
which was Johnny Rodriguez's last recording.
Right.
And I think Rodney Collins is on it as well, if I have the name correctly. Um,
Yeah.
this song was really important to you. I think it was your last single and stuff. Tell us about this song as well. We're going to include this song also on the episode.
Well, thank you. Well, I wrote that specifically for Johnny because he and I had been friends for almost half a century. And Johnny, every time we'd get together, for 2 or 3 years before he left us, he just laughed all the time, laughed. And I was always telling him jokes, and he'd look up at me. Johnny, little guy, and he'd always look up at me and he'd go, you know how lucky you are. He said, how did you get on an album with Judas Priest? Of course, he's talking about the Dolly Parton Rockstar album. I said, Johnny, I have no earthly idea. You are the luckiest, I've ever seen in my life. And he said, and you're on an album with Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr and Leonard Skinner and Elton John. And he said, and Fleetwood Mac. And he said, you're the only one out of our business that's on that album with all them people and Dolly Parton. I said, well, you know what the song is called, don't you, Johnny? I'm telling you, I can't get away from this guy. I dreamed about Elvis.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
This guy just keeps helping me, and that's the God's truth,
Yeah.
literally.
So you wrote this one for Johnny Rodriguez specifically.
Yes.
And he ended up on the song. Was that part of the plan all along? Like, ended up with him as part of the song?
Oh, yeah. I wrote it just to get him to do a duet with me. And he and Rodney Collins, who owns Music City Bar and Grill, and also he just opened up a new bar, Music City Beach Bar and Grill, down in Florida.
Okay.
And this weekend was the soft opening. You couldn't keep people out of there. So, and Rodney and me and Johnny, we hung out for the last 2 or 3 years of his life. And so I put them both on there. And we caught Johnny at a moment when his voice was absolutely beautiful. And it's the last thing he ever sang on. I wouldn't take anything. I love that song. I wrote it specifically for Johnny.
Yeah, we're going to include it as part of this episode too, just because Johnny was such a transcendental member of the music industry here in Texas.
Yes.
Just an absolute legend. Let's get into our bio.
I remember Pasadena in the urban cowboy days, all the nights we spent at Gillies and partied the night away.
I saw Willie there in Austin, Waylon in Fort Worth. Bob Wills down in Waco was the best I've ever heard.
There's a thing about Texas no one can deny.
There's a thing about Texas there's no way to describe.
And whatever road I travel on, no matter where I roam,
That Lone Star State keeps pulling me back home.
my friend Johnny Rodriguez.
Billy Bob's always jumping each and every night, while cowgirls are two-stepping, that bull's ready to ride. If you're looking for some heaven or a little paradise, you'll find it here, I swear it, beneath the Amarillo sky. There's a thing about Texas no one can deny. There's a thing about Texas there's no way to describe. And whatever road I travel on, no matter where I roam, that Lone Star State keeps pulling me back home.
There's a thing about Texas
No one can deny. There's a thing about Texas,
There's no way to describe.
and whatever road I travel on, no matter where I roam, that Lone Star State keeps pulling me back home.
Oh, tell 'em, Johnny.
Yeah, that Lone Star State
will always be my home.
Um,